Alright, so when it comes to killers, annoying ones in Dead by Daylight. Trapper not so bad. Wraith annoying. Billy is kind of fun to go against. Nurse I love going against. Myers doesn't scare me. Hag can be annoying. Doctor annoying. Huntress doesn't bother me. Bubba fun. Freddy whatever. Pig fine. Clown usually fine. Spirit, a little annoying, but doesn't bother me. Kind of, I mean, no, she's fine. She's tough, but I wouldn't say annoying. Legion, annoying, but it doesn't bother me. Plague, I would say Plague's annoying, not being able to ever heal. Ghostface, doesn't bother me. Demogorgon, doesn't bother me. Oni, a good Oni is hard to play against, but doesn't bother me. Deathslinger doesn't bother me. Pyramid Head doesn't bother me. Pyramid Head bothers a lot of people, but doesn't really bother me. Blight, a good Blight's hard to go against, but once again, doesn't bother me. Twins could be annoying if it's like a slugging twins, but doesn't really bother me. Trickster, a lot of people are annoyed by Trickster, but he doesn't really bother me either. Nemesis doesn't bother me. Pinhead is annoying. Artist, is she leaving me alone? She's leaving me alone. Artist doesn't really bother me. Okay, most annoying, probably Sadako. With Sadako, who's actually playing for Condemned, like the new Sadako buff. That's annoying. Trickster makes me mad. I love going against spirits. I'm a spirit main. Yeah, spirits can be hard to go against, but it doesn't bother me. It's not annoying. Any plans for today or New Year's? Family stuff. Hag jump scares scare me too much. We have a Skull Merchant. Skull Merchant used to be annoying with the old playstyle. Now I don't even know what her playstyle is. Because I honestly don't even know what a Skull Merchant does now. I just know she's silent in her drones and I become like broken. And she's straight up tunneling. Interesting. Okay. Back to the review. The Dredge doesn't really bother me. Wesker, a lot of people are annoyed by Wesker, but he doesn't really bother me. The Knight can be annoying, especially in certain maps. 3-genning Knight can be annoying. Skull Merchant used to be annoying. I don't even know anymore. I guess we'll find out this match. Singularity, not really bothered by him. Xenomorph, not really bothered by it. Chucky, everyone seems to be annoyed with Chucky right now, and I don't know if that's because he's legitimately overpowered, or if it's because he's just so like popular at the moment because he's new. So honestly, I would say that if I were to dare play a legit game with no cheese on a team with randoms, I think it would be a terrible time, most terrible time, probably going up against a Sadako, Onryo, that actually knows what they're doing. That's like teleporting a lot and using those broken add-ons where you can only bring your tape to a certain TV, and then bring in stuff like Pentimento and all like a bunch of hexes like Plaything and all that nonsense. Rune Plaything, Pentimento, and like Undying or something, where like you can't even find TVs, and then you can't even do gens because you're constantly dealing with hexes, and the team's all scattered and getting slugged and condemned constantly, and when you do find a TV, it's turned off because she's teleported to it. Then you finally find another TV, you get a tape, you go to get a tape, and she pops out right there in front of you as you're getting the tape. And then if you do finally get a tape, you have to bring it to a certain TV on the other side of the map, and she's already waiting for you there. What about Doctor? Doctor's not so bad, but he's annoying when you're constantly being shocked and having to snap out of stuff. But honestly, like, a Sadako that is doing the whole condemn thing against a team that doesn't really know how to counter it, that is most annoying right now, I would say. If it's not the most annoying, it's one of the most annoying. Fortunately, I don't see Sadakos that much lately, and when I do, they don't even know what they're doing. They're not even teleporting half the time. Could just be that I'm at baby MMR. But the current state that the game is in, I might venture to say that Sadako is the most annoying. She knows what's up. There's no way I'm getting this kind of distance on her. Legit. Healing under the hook, rarely a good decision. See, I can't heal because I'm broken. So that's kind of annoying. But I don't know. Like I said, I don't even know how to play against her anymore. The LS back to trying to be cool. How do you feel about killers that face camp or tunnel? Well, some of them are made for that, like Bubba. You know, Bubba against a good team, by the time he gets a hook, he's kind of left with nothing to do but somewhat face camp. It takes too long for Bubba to get a hook against a good team. So when he finally gets one, it's like he's got to camp it. The insta-down chainsaw. I mean, what I find interesting about face camping is when killers do it now, there's a meter, so you can just Kobe off, but the funny part is, like, usually that gets ruined because their teammates are lingering around the hook, stopping the meter from going up. But there are certain killers that can essentially face camp now still, without really face camping. So let's say like Wesker with his virulent bound attack, his M2 special attack, he can be at a distance from a hook and still essentially camp it. You know, let's say a Deathslinger with a gun, or a Huntress with hatchets, especially Eerie Head hatchets, could camp a hook from a distance. A Nurse could essentially proxy camp around a hook. I don't know why they're healing at the hook, but I guess if they're going to be quick about it. A Nurse could proxy camp a hook. Especially with an add-on like Jenner's Last Breath. Blight with his speed could somewhat proxy camp. It's not... I mean, these aren't like examples of face camping, but it's kind of the same thing because you're not going far enough from the hook. See this? Now I gotta mend. I don't think it's fair that the meter stops when teammates are around. I mean, I never thought it wasn't fair. It's just dumb teammates don't realize and they linger around the hook when a killer's camping. They might as well just go do a gen. Be productive and let the person Kobe off if that's the case. I keep saving them. These killers keep quitting though. Every time I keep doing the breakout, they give up. Well, that was a speed boost if I ever saw one, Ada. So how do I feel about it? Honestly, I think in most cases, like I said, it's usually the survivors who help facilitate a face camp. So it's like if someone's on the hook and then survivors are all crowding around the hook, you know, and then one of them gets slugged at the hook. Now you got one on this hook and then you got one on the floor next to it. Like, what's the killer supposed to do? Leave and go look for someone else? No, like if somebody's got to come to the hook now and somebody's laying slugged at the hook, they should be crawling away from the hook. But so a lot of like bad survivors help facilitate a camp by the killer. A lot of times if a killer is just camping right off the bat, like face camping, the survivors, the good teams will just go do gens and they'll get 3 gens done like easily in the time it takes for one person to just go to second stage, and then they'll swoop in last second, save that person, and then protect that person so that they don't get caught again by jumping in front of the killer, taking protection hits, body blocking, mixing their scratch marks, insta healing with like whatever for the people and all that stuff. But like good teams will do that. But those are like more coordinated teams or really good players that know what they're doing. I feel like if a killer's allowed to just face camp their way to victory, it's more on the survivors that are messing up. All that being said, the one pet peeve that I have is when a killer tries to tunnel out an AFK player. So like when a killer, like if I'm just standing here AFK and I have crows in the beginning of the match and a killer comes up to me and they hook me, okay fine, you hook me. But then like I get unhooked, they come right back and I'm still AFK and they hook me again, and then they come right back and they just try to kill me when I'm AFK. That's kind of like trashy. She's not gonna hook me. So do his first hook and then an AFK, then leave them be. Yeah, I would usually probably just slug them. I mean, okay, if they're AFK the entire game and they're not even there, like they never come back, fine. The Skull Merchant's laughing. I wonder what that means. I asked if they had fun. No response. Indeed, fun knowing your team can't win without cheats. Oh, they're salty. Don't be salty. It's just a game. Oh, I ain't salty. It's just hilarious. Okay. Glad you find the humor in it. Most killers be crybabies. Certainly you're not a crybaby who takes it that serious. Yeah, well, it's still a cheat. Like, if you're gonna troll, at least do something that can be done in the game. What? What are you talking about? And not compensate the integrity of the game for content. Each his own, I suppose. I don't know what they want from me. Everybody be like, well, if you're gonna cheat, at least do it this way. Well, hopefully I'll get good in the future. You were a skull merchant, but not a skill merchant. See, I start off being nice, okay? I'm nice. But, you know, after they get mean, then I get, like, a little mean back. But I'm not really being mean, I'm just being minimally mean. If you're gonna cheat, at least cheat according to my rules, because if I were gonna cheat, this is the way that I would cheat. You must be a sophisticated cheater and do things that only I would do if I were cheating, but otherwise you're just a bad cheater because you're not doing things the way I think you should do them. I mean, it's so different when you play legit and you win, and they're like, well, you won because you camped and tunneled. Or you only won because your perks carried you. Or you only won because you were on a Swift and you gen rushed. Or you only won because you didn't play the way that I think you should play. You're not playing the way I think you should play. The game can only be played the way I think the game should be played. And make sure if you cheat, you do it the way I think you should cheat. At least cheat with integrity. Yeah, so Sadako, probably the most annoying.